belly to pass out when I do that.
And welcome to another edition of Q&A with TNA. It is midnight on the East, 9 p.m. on the West, and one of the only shows that had broadcast in two different time zones at the same time. I'm Adam. This is Terry. How are you doing tonight, Terry?
I'm good. I'm really good. It was hot today a little bit, but like especially hot, and it rained a little bit this morning.
Now, how much
It was
rain
kind of
does
humid,
actually, how much rain do you have there?
like half an inch a year or some bullshit, like nothing.
Really?
I felt 2 drops, okay, while I was outside, but it was very humid today.
Okay. So we have a good show planned tonight. We have an array of questions. And to give the audience a little bit of a rundown, each week, we do this, twice a week?
Yeah, at least.
And
Sometimes 3 if we actually have like stuff to talk about.
yes, so we ask each other some questions and we do like audience responses. So please join in and you can leave the comments below. Please check out all the social media: Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, The Other People's Show, and Salty Tonight.
Jesus Christ.
Uh, a lot of stuff going up
Yeah,
pretty much every day. So, Terry, you want to start off with one of these questions tonight?
absolutely. Let me check. I didn't let anybody know that we were on. Like, we have a few people that watch every week.
Yes, we have a few little
Yeah, so
fans.
I need to tell my friend Chris uh to watch it.
And Chris
So let's
is,
go.
you want to go to this one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I know that, you and I are big movie fans, and a lot of people are big movie fans out there across the nation and across the world, especially Switzerland as well. So we like to dive in and talk about movies. But there's some movies throughout the years that are classics that I've not seen and you've not seen. So what are some classic movies that you haven't seen?
That I haven't seen.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, one that comes up a lot in discussion boards and stuff like that is Back to the Future because everybody
Okay.
loved it. It was like their childhood movie. And I've never watched it.
Now, is
I
there a
at
reason
all.
that you never watched it?
I guess it doesn't interest me, which it should because I like time travel stuff, but, I don't know. I never got around to it. I think I'm past the age where, like, I can fall in love with it.
Okay. Now, something interesting you said. I didn't realize that you were into time travel things. I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah,
this.
I love it. I love
I
it.
didn't know I didn't know that at all. Now, for those that are curious, now Back to the Future came out July 3rd, 1985. So it came out 41 years ago. And it
Mhm.
came out on a budget of $19 million. This is 1980 85 money.
Is that a
Probably 80,
lot?
yeah, it would probably be doubled now. But the
Mhm.
movie made 222 million dollars. So it was a huge financial success. And you have to think at the time Michael J. Fox was on the show Family Ties. So he was a big TV star transitioning into movies. And I think this movie hit at the right time because there hadn't really been any movie quite like that at the time. Now I've seen it a few times, but it's never been I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just a fun time at the movie. And it's not really one that I go back to a lot, but I can understand why others did. And it had two sequels as well. So there were
Well,
three of
yeah,
them
it's
total.
nostalgic, especially if you
Yeah.
were a kid growing up in the '80s, like, that had to be awesome,
And,
you
and you
know?
have to think also the DeLorean was kind of like a cool looking car with the
And
doors that
wasn't that,
opened
like,
up on
one
the
of the
side.
shittiest cars ever?
Yeah, I heard it was like one of the worst made cars ever. So, that was kind of an interesting aspect. And you didn't seem now what about that movie? Now, when did you actually learn about Back to the Future?
Well, I would have been like a little kid. So you would have been 5,
Yes.
right? When it came out, I would have
Yeah.
been 1.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
wasn't really, into it,
Okay.
and I just never got around to watching it, I guess. I don't know
Now,
why I didn't. It's such a classic, and from maybe I should watch it. From the premise, it sounds fun.
it is. It's I mean, it's a fun movie, and you can see in this movie, you can see why Michael J. Fox was like a big star in the 80s. Like he's very charismatic. He plays the part really well, and it's a well constructed movie. Like it's a good movie. I mean, it might not be for everyone, but I don't think anybody can watch the movie and say that's not a well made movie. They didn't do a good job on that, even if they don't like the movie per se. The time that they took to make this.
I
Um,
could see that.
so that's an interesting one. Now, there's a lot of classic movies out there, and a lot of the movies that you and I have watched, either together or separately, they're movies that are kind of off the beaten path a little bit, not the mainstream movies. A lot of these movies.
Yeah, you can look just behind you and see that you are into obscure movies.
Yes, probably this one, Garden State, being the
That's a
most
good movie.
popular.
That's a
That's
good
probably the
movie.
most popular of the three. Um, and I would say most people have not heard of any of the three, to be honest with you.
Really? Because see, I thought Garden State was a little bit more of a large
I
a
think it
large
is, but I
movie.
don't know if it is in today's culture. Like I know it was, but there's a lot of classic movies. You've got A Clockwork Orange, The
Never seen it.
Exorcist, and Blazing Saddles. Three classics. Now I have to be honest with you. I haven't seen A Clockwork Orange, nor have I seen Blazing Saddles or the movie Thelma and Louise.
See, that bothers me.
And
That's a
so
good movie, actually. I rewatched that recently, and it's still a strong movie. Some of
that's
them
it.
don't age well,
Yeah.
like the references or just, things aren't politically correct, but it holds up.
Okay.
It really
Now,
does.
this was a movie that I know it's a classic, and along with some of these others, it's not even that I've tried to avoid seeing these, but kind of like you, there's like Thelma and Louise. I always like the premise of it, and I always kind of heard about it. It was brought up in Ridley Scott's like some of his best movies. It was where Brad Pitt got his big break.
Yeah.
It was good performances from what Gina Davis and Susan
Susan
Sarandon.
Sarandon.
So, and it was a box office hit. So everyone knew of this movie. And it's a catchy title, Thelma and Louise. You don't hear those names as often, you
No,
know. So whenever I hear
they
Thelma, the
sound
name
like cat
Thelma,
names.
well, when I hear the name Thelma, I automatically think of Louise.
Yeah,
Like the
they go
like
together now.
yeah.
It was such a popular thing for now they are forever tied together.
So this is a movie that like you like I like everything that I hear about it. I just haven't sat down and watch it. And I think I'm going to try to do that before this year's end. I have that
Maybe that's
movie.
something that we should agree. I'm gonna watch Back to the Future before I watch your movie.
Yes, we need we need to definitely get into some of these. So,
That's
but yeah,
fair. I will
there's
watch your movie when you watch Thelma and Louise.
which movie? My personal movie?
Yeah, the 10-minute one that I've never
Okay.
watched.
I never knew 10 minutes was so hard to get through.
I don't even have a link to it.
Well, I'll have to send you another link to
If
it.
you send me the link, I'll watch it this week. It's been really hot, so I've been spending the days inside just rewatching stuff. I'm rewatching 6 Feet Under, as I told you the other day.
Yeah, I saw the little clip that you sent me about that. And that's funny. As soon as I heard the music, like 1 second of the music, I knew what it
It's like
was.
name that tune.
Yeah, yeah. I knew the music before I knew the scene. Like when I first saw the first scene, I wasn't 100% sure. But once I heard that music with the scene, like I knew the music automatically, but the scene as well. So you want to get on to our next topic tonight?
Yeah. What is our next topic? Uh, ooh. So this will be the most popular band you hate. The one that is universally loved.
Uh, I would say, and this goes back to I don't even know if I really hate because I don't know if I hate a band. I don't know if there's a band that I'm like I can't listen to any of their songs. I don't think so. Now, when I was younger, there used to be like, I didn't like Steve Perry's voice from Journey. That I didn't like it for a while. But now that I've gotten older, I don't mind it so much. But I think a band that I don't hate this band, but it's a really popular band that I don't have any feelings for at all would be Guns N' Roses.
That's fair. I would say, yeah, I don't care about them either.
I, you know, they were mainly popular when I was younger, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Um, the music's okay. I don't have anything against it per se, but I never went out and bought an album. I don't know any of their lyrics by heart. The Sweet Child of Mine, I mainly know the Sheryl Crow version, to be honest with
No,
you.
yeah.
And
That's the only reason I know that song is because of Sheryl Crow's.
well, I also heard like somebody was posting like one of the worst covers, and somebody posted that Sheryl Crow
That's not
version.
fair.
I would say the Jessica Simpson version of "Angels" by Robbie Williams is pretty bad. Or
I've never heard of that.
Take my breath away. She does a bad cover of that. But Guns N' Roses, their last album, Chinese Democracy, I think it came out in 2008, and it had taken 17 years to get that album made, and I think $35 million. And Axl Rose could just not get it together, and all the bandmates were kicked out. He was the only one left. He owned the rights to the name, so he put out this album. So I gave the album a listen, and it sounded fine. It just sounded like a hard rock album, nothing great, nothing bad. But I never did get the appeal of the whole Guns N' Roses thing. And I'm wondering if it was just right time, right place, because they're a little bit more than just a hair metal band, but they're not far from that. So yeah, I have to say Guns N' Roses. What about you?
I would have to say, and I'm sure I'll get hate from this because people fucking love them, but it would be the Beatles. I really
Okay.
hate the Beatles. I really hate them. They're terrible. They're so I mean, they're so popular, and they really weren't even active for that many years. Like,
No,
if you look, it was only a few. They don't have, like, a huge catalog
just
of music, and it's all just so bland. It's like cliche British pop.
so
It's
you despise them,
Yeah,
like totally.
I don't think they deserve the credit that they get. I've heard way better from just I mean, you know how I feel about Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
I mean, she self-produced all of her albums. Well, except the first one, I guess Tidal, she didn't. And then they kind of fucked her on the other one, so the ones after that, she
She
did.
she took control.
So she
Yeah,
plays
I
she
can
plays a bunch of instruments. I mean, she's talented. Like, she does
no
her writing, she plays all her instruments, she does the singing, she does the recording. Like, she fucking does it.
does it
The
all.
Beatles can't do that shit.
Well, I would say that once again, I don't have any connection to their music. Like it doesn't hit me in the soul. The lyrics don't hit me. Like when you listen
Anybody
to
could do it. Anybody could do it.
right,
Anybody with a decent voice, 4 dudes with a decent like NSYNC could have done the Beatles,
right.
and it would have been fine.
I
It would have
listened
been
to
just as
NSYNC.
good.
I
I
listened
like
to NSYNC
NSYNC.
last week actually, to be
Yeah, I
honest
like
with you.
NSYNC.
I don't mind NSYNC.
I definitely like NSYNC better than the Beatles.
Yeah. Well, Talitha and I one time saw Justin Timberlake with Christina Aguilera one time, and that was
Really.
yeah, it was a pretty fun show. I've seen some good shows. I got to be honest. I can't complain. I've seen some good ones. But I know that Axel is touring around now. But if somebody gave me tickets, I don't even know if I would go. I'd probably sell them, to be honest. You know.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally sell them.
But the same thing like you feel with the Beatles, I feel that way too because I can listen to a few of their songs, but I never type in the Beatles on Spotify. Like I don't think I've ever typed in the Beatles on Spotify. Have you?
Oh,
I'm going to right
no.
now, and let's see how big the Beatles are right now. 36.8 million monthly listeners.
Jesus.
They are number 143 in the world.
That's a little lower on the list than I would have thought.
Guess who's number 3?
Who's number 3?
Yeah,
Is
take
it
a
male
while.
or female? Male or
It's a male.
female?
It's a male.
George Michael.
Not George Michael.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Joseph Jackson.
Who's number 1 and 2?
I'm trying to figure that out. I think Bruno Mars is number 1.
No, he's not.
I
In
think
the
so.
world.
I think so. Or The Weeknd.
In the world.
Yeah, I
More
think so.
well-known and re-listened than Michael Jackson?
Let's see. Let me look up
That can't be right.
I've
What
looked it up
list are you on?
I mean, I'm going to their Spotify page. The Weeknd. Oh, The Weeknd's number 3 right now. So Michael Jackson's moved because he was number 3 the other day when I looked him up. This is what I do in my free time.
I believe it.
Oh, Michael's went down to number 5. So he was number
Oh.
3 last week. So when I checked once before, it was Bruno Mars at number 1, and I was like, when was the last time he had a song out?
That doesn't make sense.
The number 1 artist on Spotify is Bruno Mars. 131.6
What about
million.
Sabrina Carpenter? Where's she? I would assume she's pretty high up there.
She's got some good songs, actually.
Yeah, she does.
I gotta be honest. That she's at 61.5 million, so she's number 33 in the world.
Pretty good.
She's up there. Yeah. So do we have any people commenting today on some of the things?
I didn't
Not
check.
yet.
Let's see.
Not
No
yet.
comments.
No.
People suck. Man, y'all need to comment.
So
I'm giving you a free show and you can't even comment.
And some good topics. So what would you say your main vice is? Your main vice?
Probably streaming stuff, like binge watching stuff over and over too. Like I've always got something going, even if it's music. And it's something comforting and familiar, like I'm not
Right.
I saw that you had posted the other day or maybe today that you can't really get into watching new shows.
Yes, that was today. That was earlier today.
And I feel that. I have my regular shows, I go back and rewatch them, and I'm sure some of the new shows are great. I'm sure they are. I personally can't get invested in them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have my shows that I go back to, like 6 Feet Under. I don't know how many times I've watched it. A few. And that was my go-to. I finished Seinfeld, and I don't watch the last 2 episodes of Seinfeld anymore. The
I've only
2
watched it.
finale. They're terrible.
I've watched it once, and that was it.
It might be the worst finale ever. And so I just went ahead and, leveled the playing field by watching the show with the best. Still, I mean, you can look it up. It is still highest rated finale for a series ever. 6 Feet
Wow.
Under.
Yeah.
You cannot beat it. I mean, but you can't really appreciate it unless you watch the whole show.
And 6 Feet Under for me is a show like I really do like that show, but it is
Yeah.
a show that if I watch it, it puts me in the mood of the show. So I take on the mood of the show, which I don't
feel
think
that, yeah.
like the show isn't. It's not an upbeat show. It goes down and dirty and depressive, and it gets into some issues. So I've only watched it all the way through just one time, but it is a fantastic show. So you think streaming and binge watching is one of your biggest vices?
And caffeine. I'm big on caffeine.
Are you?
I say that. I mean, not really. I mean, I'm drinking water right now, but I have coffee every day. That is the one thing. I can't kickstart my day without coffee. And I don't even think it's the caffeine so much as just the act of making it. And it's like a ritual for me to get up in the
Okay.
morning and make coffee.
The
But
habit
sometimes
of
I'll
doing
pour a
it.
cup and never finish it.
No, is it just
Yeah.
black coffee?
No, I put creamer in it.
No, I'm going to try to transition now. I'm always usually drinking water, and I don't know if you all noticed in the past, I would sometimes have like this glass bottle Starbucks drink. and I've been trying to segue away from that just due to the sugar content. I've been trying to. I know it's going to be impossible to cut out all sugar, but I was like, I can cut out candy, I can cut out gummies, I can cut out the extra sweet Starbucks drink, but I do
Just
still
switch to
get.
fruit. I mean, if you really need that sweet fix, just go with fruit.
I thought so. I thought so. Um, no, there's a couple of things when we're talking about the vices that I think about, and a couple of those things could be, I've had like little areas when little spaces when I've drank for a long time, and that was a horrible vice to have, and that's a vice that I never
Yeah.
want to go back to. But there are some other vices that I've thought about that, and these are kind of like, I mean, some people could say they're character flaws or maybe moral vices or something like that. But one of the vices that I have is I'm very impatient with a lot of things. I have I don't have a good ability to tolerate delays. When things are supposed to be a certain way, it's hard for me to accept that they're not the way they're supposed to be a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I've gotten better with that over the years. So I think that was something, and I think for the longest time, and a lot of it was a facade, but I think a lot of it I had a little bit of arrogance for a good portion of my life.
Yeah, I would
And
say maybe a little.
you think so?
Yeah.
But
See,
I don't.
I'm a little worse for that now. I mean, I'm nicer about it.
Yeah.
I'm less of a bitch in action, but like in actual, what I say and or what I think. Yeah, I can
Well,
be a little bitchy
see,
internally.
I don't. I've got a problem now. It's not really. Maybe it is a vice where I often don't say, like on the show I do, and a lot of the times though I let people see, it seems like they steamroll over me in certain situations. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of an issue. I don't know if that's a vice, but it's a character problem. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of those. I mean, I mean, I would a vice be wanting to do shows 7 days a week, wanting to constantly have things to do. I'm not good with free time. So is that a vice to constantly fill in the blocks of time with all this stuff to do?
No. I think that it's good, especially if you're in the process of, maintaining your sobriety.
Yeah,
Anything that distracts you, whether fuck everybody else. If they don't want to watch it, they don't have to watch it.
that's true.
And that's when anytime somebody's like, oh, disagrees or something online, I'm like, then unfollow. Fucking nobody is fucking holding your face and your eyes open making you watch this. You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
don't.
so that's kind of like, I mean, I
So yeah,
never
fuck
was.
them. If you want to do 7 shows a week, if you want to do 14 a week, do 14 a week.
See, I think I don't know about you, and this is kind of deviating from the topic for a moment, but um, we can. Do you like to have a lot of extra free time? I'm not good with the free time.
I'm okay with it. You have a job, though. You do technically have responsibilities.
Yeah,
So while you might feel like you have free time at work, you still have to be somewhere.
right.
Like what's tomorrow? See, I don't even know. I only know
Right.
what day it is because I know when we're doing a show. So tomorrow's
See,
Monday. I I don't know what I'm supposed to. There's nothing. I have nothing to do tomorrow. So I'll get up and I still get up pretty early.
right.
Like I don't stay up late. Like last night I was in bed by dark, which was like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And I was up by I woke up at 3-ish when I looked at the clock and then finally went back to sleep like I don't have a set sleep schedule,
Yeah.
but I can set it to I don't know. Like, I don't really have to set an alarm because I'm always up before anything would normally happen. You know, like,
Okay.
if I have an appointment, it's not gonna be before 8 or 9 in the morning. I'm well up by then.
Right, right. Well, I kind of have my, like, like I said, you said the job, but I also schedule my days in such a way, and even did it if you think back when, we lived in the Manassas area together, where we always had a little bit of a structure because I had, two different jobs then, plus we did the radio show, and then it seemed like it never was idle time. It was always something to do. And for me personally, now when I have idle time, it's not good. So therefore, I don't have very much free time at all. But it's a choice for me, not a. I don't. I don't have a lot of free time on purpose. So it's a positive thing, not a negative thing.
Yeah. And I mean,
Well,
if you gotta go the rest of your life, just kind of distracting yourself, that's still better than being an alcoholic
yeah.
and
And the
getting in
thing,
situations where you get stabbed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you can avoid those situations, then I think if doing, you know, podcasts daily is the thing that keeps you alive and healthy, then do it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree.
I mean, it's a little bit of a hobby. I mean, you
Right.
take it serious, but it's something that you enjoy. You don't have to do. If you don't want
It's
to do, you do it because you choose to.
and because you love doing it. That's something that's good that you touched upon, because a lot of this is, I've done this for a long time in one form or the other, and I don't think I've ever gotten paid what I'm due to be paid, because I think we do a good show. But that being said, all the times that I've you could look back, and even, you, Jake, Talitha, whomever, I've continuously done this for 20 years and never and basically have done it for the love of it, if you think about it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Um,
have. I mean, the entire time I've known you, you were doing the radio show when I first met you. Whether and the one, radio station was your full-time job, but you've always had a regular job and a show.
yeah,
Because even when you were at the radio station in Arlington, you still had another radio show.
yeah, yeah. So it seems like it seems like it's been a constant thing, and now with, the streaming and StreamYard, it's so easy to do. I'm glad that we've been able to do it. Now I have to give thanks to Jake. Back in 2020, I had been out of doing the show for a little while, and I had just got the show back at WMMT. Then COVID hit. We only did 2 episodes at WMMT before COVID hit, and so Jake was like, "Let's start doing some Zoom shows," because Zoom was started to be a big thing. So we started doing Zoom shows 2 days a week, and those 2 days a week, doing those Zoom shows in 2020 has, like, dominoed all the way into still doing it to this day.
Damn.
So pretty much from 2020, well, obviously, 2003 until now, there's been consistent shows, but there's been years, occasionally years where we've not done the show. They've just been sporadic. But since 2020, they've
Yeah, but
pretty
you're
been,
always making something. You
yeah,
always have some
always,
project in the works.
yes. And for the love of it, like for the genuine love of it.
Yeah, I mean, most of my stuff I make for myself. 'Cause I'll look back, 20 years ago, and I'm like, "Man, I should have taken more pictures. I should have taken more video. Even if I never posted it, I would want to have it."
Yes, I agree with you.
So
I
I'm kind of
take,
looking for future me. I'm like, "I'm gonna want to document this, even if it's silly stuff." When I'm 80, I'm gonna be like, "See, I wasn't always an old lady."
well, see, like, even with the shows, just on my YouTube page, the other people's show YouTube page, there's over 1,200 videos on there.
Damn.
And Spotify, there's over 300 episodes. So, and
Well,
that's
this
not
is
even,
episode 16 of this that we've since I started I mean, we did all the last 2 years, really,
yeah,
on and off.
yeah.
But since I started, like, keeping them, um, this is number 16
Then what made you
in,
want to
like,
get,
2 or 3 months, maybe?
Yeah. Now, what made you? Because we did some shows. We've been doing shows relatively consistent since January, but even more consistent since probably March or April. So, what personal reason has made you like be like, all right, I want to really do this?
I mean, I think it's fun. I enjoy the editing process. It's fun. I mean, some people like crocheting. I like editing content. I like the editing part of it more than this,
Yeah.
but
So the editing part's your favorite part.
yeah, I mean, it was whenever we would film stuff because usually I was filming you and then I would do the editing.
Yep.
And you were better at writing it and kind of acting it out.
Yeah. I remember so often, we especially a couple of times in the camper, we had like that tiny little camera,
The
and then
GoPro.
yeah, the GoPro, and it seems like we edited on like a computer then too, didn't we?
Yeah, you had the MacBook, but this was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. It was the
Yeah.
first MacBook that I had, and I got to be honest, I've only had two like MacBooks, and they have lasted quite a good time. I mean, I've got the MacBook, the iPad, the iMac, and the iPhone. So
Yeah.
quite a few i things.
Man, when the iPod came out, that changed my world. I mean, it changed everybody's world, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, it went
Yeah.
from like burning CDs. And when you say that to somebody that doesn't know about CDs, they think you're like literally burning them. It's like, no, we were
Copying basically.
we were pirating music. And so that's so wild now that, you can just pay a subscription and have it all versus like having to buy it and then, oh my God, my poor grandmother. I was thinking about her the other day because I used to use her computer to download music on because she didn't have anything else on there.
Hyson.
And her computer is so slow. And she had, do you remember Clippy? The little
What is
paper
it?
clip? Clippy, you could ask him questions.
Yes.
And
It
she
had
would
like
always,
it
she
had
would talk
eyes and
about Clippy
stuff.
like he was a person. And she would be like, "Oh, the computer's running so slow." And Clippy said it was this. Like Clippy said it was what? I didn't want to be like, no, it's because I downloaded 100 songs illegally on LimeWire at the time. I
Yeah,
guess that's
LimeWire. I remember when we would go there, the one time the computer was so slow.
she
It,
probably the only thing she used it for was her email. That
I
was
mean,
it.
it would have had to taken her an hour just to send one email.
It really
Um,
would.
I mean, one time we went there and you were trying to work on the website. It was
Was it an
perhaps in
Angel Fire?
yes, it
Yeah.
was perhaps indeed.cjb.net.
Perhaps indeed. I
Yes,
forgot about that.
it's still up. It's still up. And you made it. But when we went there to update it one time, I had like me and Jake had some. It might not be under perhaps indeed.cjb, but it is up. I have found it before. But one time we went to update it, and it was so slow that it took like 20 minutes because the
It was
screen was
like,
going down inch by inch.
yeah.
And well, one time we were like, let's just not do this. It's taking too long.
Oh my God, the early days of the internet. Kids today say that
Well,
like I feel like an old lady when I say that.
what was
The
funny was
youngins, they don't get it. They don't get it.
well, there was a lot of things on there. And I'm looking it up right now. It was the Midnight Mutants,
Which
and
was a
it had
great name for the show, by the way.
it was, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit I come up with some pretty good names for shows. I mean, I can name shows pretty well, and
You're good at nicknames too.
yeah, nicknames too. They
Like
stick as well.
wordplay, basically.
Yeah. So the website you made, it had mine and Jake's songs because at the time we were kind of playing some coffee houses and stuff. And so it has like the names of the songs, the gigs that we played. We played like 16 different places. That was on there. There's some polls on there. Um, but yeah, I'll have to send you a link because it's still up somewhere. I did a deep dive one
Okay.
time and found it, but it was perhapsindeed.cjb.net, and that was to promote the
The
album
CD.
and the
Yeah.
CD. Yeah, and if someone, we need to come up with something in the future, like a game show or something where trivia, where they win a CD if they win the trivia.
You
So you want,
should. I think you can come up with some really weird stuff.
I think so too. So you want to get into a moral dilemma?
Yeah, I'm usually in one anyway, but like, yeah, let's go.
Are you in a moral dilemma right now?
No, I'm not.
No? Okay.
No.
So the moral dilemma would be, do you rat out a friend who is cheating on their spouse when questioned? You're friends with both these people. You met them around the same time. They were dating when you met them. So they both consider you close friends. You discover, or one confides, hey, listen, I slipped up, or continuous cheating, I'm cheating. Maybe you see they're cheating. Do you tell the other friend? What do you think?
I would probably make a pros and cons list, and a lot of it would be determined by who they're cheating with.
Okay.
Do you know the person? Let's say you got A, B, and then C, and B and C are cheating. If you know A or B and C, you may have to lie because it's 2 against 1 on that, especially
Mm.
depending on the relationship. There's so many factors.
I think a
I
lot of
don't
it
think you can just
also,
base it on right or wrong. I think certain circumstances exist that kinda make it okay.
well, I can understand that as well. And I can understand telling them because you want to be open and honest with your friend. You might not want to insert yourself in the drama if there is drama about it. I think another aspect would be, how do you think this person would react? Because you know them as a friend. Are they going to be able to cope with it? Are they going to unravel? Are they going to cause a scene? Is it going to be something they can move past? Or is it going to be something that debilitates their whole life? So I would take those four factors into account because I don't want to reveal information that might lead to somebody's downfall because that wouldn't be the intention. My intention
Or
would
you
be
give
like,
them an ultimatum and just be like, "Hey, if you don't tell your spouse,
I'm gonna let them
I'm
know.
going to do it. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to do the right thing so that you don't have to be the bad guy," and but, I mean, are they going if they've already cheated, they're clearly okay with it, are they really gonna they might call your bluff.
They could call your bluff, but also what if the cheating, like you find out this was actually just a one-time thing. It didn't happen again. We slipped up. I made a mistake. And I would take that into consideration and be like, I don't know without hearing, like you said, all the other information, if I would tell them that, because I'm not saying that making a mistake like that's correct, but I'm saying sometimes people do make a mistake like that and they're like, wow, it makes them feel horrible. I shouldn't have done
Yeah,
that and I won't do it again. And I would hate to get in there and play moral police because what right do I have to to,
yeah.
to stick my nose
I
in?
mean, that is one thing that I have remained proud of is that I have never cheated on somebody. Um, there might be, I don't know, emotional cheating is so difficult, because it's never intentional. And the one time that I feel like maybe I did cheat emotionally, I immediately handled it.
Right.
Like I had maybe, if it had been the other way around and they had done the same thing, I would have considered them crossing a line. But I, took accountability for that and broke up with them.
Right.
Other than that, I have never cheated on anybody.
What
So
if
I want
you're
to maintain that.
now have you ever been like the other person?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah. That's my forte right there.
Okay, so
Yeah. I'm good at that one.
so you're often the other woman.
I don't think that it's not something I do, but maybe I'm projecting that and saying, "Hey, I don't know. I
Do
don't
you,
feel
do
like
you,
I do."
but you find yourself in these kind of situations time after time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Maybe because 'cause
Um,
I'm a little more, like, uh, realistic about things, and so I don't really pass judgment, and I figure if especially now I've never done it in a situation where I've known the other person.
now, would that change things?
I think it might. So I've never known the other person when I've been the other woman.
Okay.
So it's not been, like, done to a friend. Um, and often I don't find out about it until later too.
Like with the case of you and I.
Yeah, I find out after the fact, and I'm like, "Well, now I'm already attached," and so, like, what do you do?
And that was that
You
was
have to
that
kinda trust the person when they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up," or "It's not working," or whatever.
see that I gotta be honest, that was one of the toughest times because and this is no hidden thing that Talitha was a very nice girl. And she
Mhm.
didn't do anything for me to actually break up with her. And I remember thinking this. I'm thinking, you know, and I had thought about it beforehand, but I was like, she's not really done anything for me to say. What am I going to say? Why am I going to break up? I don't have a reason. And I'd even thought about that a little bit before you even came into the picture. That had went through my mind. So I was already in a state of like, I don't know if I'm even capable of being in a relationship. And that was my first real serious one. And then when you came around, it was kind of like a whirlwind of time. It wasn't like any of it was planned, but it was
Yeah.
kind of like it was, and this is an exaggeration, but we were in a small way, we kind of live like local rock stars because we didn't do the things that other people our age did, which we still don't. We worked at a cool theater job, which was a very cool place to work. We did the radio show, and we always had projects going on. And I think that mixed with, for me, like you were like a tall, kind of a mysterious girl to begin with, but you had these
Then you got to
quirky.
know me.
Well, no, then I realized you had these quirky things about you that made me those were the things that made me really like you. The giving me the ceramic swan or just some of the funny things like your cackle when you laugh and things like that. So it was never like I was trying
It's
to
called
set
being
out,
on the spectrum. That's what it's called.
but it was never like I was trying to set out to cheat on Talitha. So in our relationship starting out, you were the other woman as well, but by no fault of your own.
Yeah. And I feel like it's been like that other times. Like, it's usually been people I work with or
Yeah.
know socially. It's never been like a hookup situation in a bar. It's been like, "Oh, I've met them through friends and, we clicked or whatever." And most of the time, it's been people I work with
Okay.
or have
Okay.
some kind of professional thing with.
Which we
Um,
which we did work at the theater together, but that was later on. And I was telling someone not long ago how you and I actually met. You came into the radio station, but you would call the show before you came to the station. You called the week before.
yeah, well, I
And
met you at Kill Bill Volume 1.
well, you actually didn't you actually meet before when you came into the studio and did that turn?
No, but what?
Do you remember
No,
that?
I met you. You let me, and I believe I was with
Jason
Jason.
Mays.
Yeah, you let us in for free to
Okay.
see, or maybe somebody there. It could be
I
that
think
dude.
I think you said
We
it was
can't
me.
say
I
his
think
name, but somebody
I
let us in for free.
and they handed you the flyer to the show.
Okay.
Do you
And I
remember that?
probably I stopped and talked to you guys at concession on the way out of the movie.
Okay.
And yeah,
I
you were
kind of,
like, "Hey, yeah, we're on or whatever. You should call in."
and you
Now I
did.
don't know what you're talking about the turn.
So you came into the radio station. We were doing the I got this on cassette tape and CD. So yeah, because it was originally
Huh.
it was in Wise. So we were doing the Big Booty show, and we're playing songs, and people were calling in and talking. And you had called in and said that you had a big booty, and we said, "Hey, would you want to come into the studio and show us?" And you came into the
So
studio.
trashy.
Well, looking back, it's not the best, but it is what it is. So you came in, and then you did a turn, and then we asked you what kind of underwear you had on, and you said, and that was your first appearance on the show.
Wow.
That was your first appearance on the show.
Checks out. I mean, it's
It was
aligned
on.
pretty
It
much
was
with it.
on. It was October 17th, 2003.
That's crazy.
Because not long after that, just maybe the next week, you came to this movie theater on a Sunday
Yeah, I
watching the
looked and it
movie.
was October 10th, I think, that you gave me the flyer or something, and maybe I
Yeah,
called on the 17th because we moved to DC 10/10/10, October 10th, 2010. So it's so easy to remember. And I looked it up, a couple of weeks ago. I messaged you. I was like, we almost moved exactly to the day that we met.
almost 7 years to the day.
Yeah.
So you had come in that night and watched a movie, and after the movie, I had taken you upstairs to show you the projection room, if you remember that.
That was your move.
I
That was your
guess.
play. You want to come see the projection
The
room?
way you may have even asked about it, I can't recall. But then you
See,
had
that's
asked
try
me.
that's slutty again.
You may have you had asked me if I had had if I had a girlfriend, and I said no, and I
See,
lied.
not my fault.
I lied. So my lie. If I had said yes, would you have still continued?
Probably. I don't know.
You said I asked you that once before many years ago, and you said yes. So I was just curious.
Probably. Probably.
But I mean, I was
I would have tried
23.
to feel out how serious you guys were.
Yeah, and we had a lot of interesting connections with, like, the time that it was like me, you, Kaiser, and Talitha ride to WMMT the first time together.
It was awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. It was awkward, and then like one time, Talitha and I used to hang out when we all lived in DC together, and Talitha would come by and pick me up sometimes on the day we hung out. But you and her weren't on good terms then. And then one time you
Well,
told me that she had slammed the door in your face.
did she?
And that's what you'd said. No, Talitha, because Talitha's really nice. Like Talitha,
Yeah.
I've not seen Talitha mad very
I'm
often.
trying to replay that. That doesn't sound like something I would just make up out of. What are you grabbing out of thin air?
There was like a little piece of fuzz. I thought
The
it might have
last
been a
fuck.
gnat,
The last fuck.
but yeah,
Um,
it was when we
no, I don't
lived.
I don't think I would have made that up,
No,
but
it was when we lived in an apartment in Dale City
hmm.
on I think it was like 1901 Winewood Road, something like that. I'm not sure the exact number, but it was
I remember the
Winewood Road.
apartment.
It was a cool apartment. It was like kind of
Yeah,
like we went
with
down
the wavy mirrors.
because we were right above the washer dry room, so we never really had to use the heat in the winter, if you
Oh
remember.
yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I say that to say that this is a long moral dilemma. But I guess it depends on the situation what I would do. But I would want to be honest, but it depends on the people involved. And that would be my final answer.
Yeah, and it really would depend on if I knew one of them longer, if I felt, if I was only friends with the other one because they were dating my friend. There's a lot of variables to
Yeah,
consider.
I agree. So you want to get
Didn't you have
into
another
our
moral dilemma?
yeah, we have one more moral dilemma if you want to get into that tonight. Um,
Okay,
oh, I'm getting a call here.
I
They're
hear
going
it.
they're telling me their moral dilemma that they're drinking too much.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was a friend that was
You should
calling me.
call them, get them on the show.
I don't know. They've been going through a breakup, so I don't know if they
Oh,
want me to go on. But
probably not.
did the last question go on screen
It
or
did, but
no?
then it went away.
Okay.
I think I set the timer wrong on that.
Oops. There we
We'll
go.
get there. We'll get
If
there.
AI can predict a high accuracy that someone will commit a crime, should society act before it happens? Now, there's a movie called a Steven Spielberg movie called Minority Report, and it's based upon this principle that they can stop crimes before they happen because they can see who's going to commit these crimes.
Hmm.
Now, what do you think about that?
Well, I think we have to consider that this will be in the future,
Yes.
right? Like AI is
Yes.
still a little wonky right now. Um, I don't know. That's a really hard one.
It
I
is
may
a
not have
tough
an
one.
answer for this. I think they should act. I don't necessarily think that somebody should be charged for it, but there definitely should be some kind of probation or something
Okay.
that someone would have to be on. Where you have to have a psych evaluation or something like that.
I mean,
What about you?
it's a tough question because that means if you're asking AI or the police or whoever's in charge is asking AI about you, does that mean that you already have some kind of criminal history, a rap sheet? Because why would they be asking about you or me if we've never done anything to even be asked about to begin with?
I mean, it could just be as simple as we're like talking, online or something, and it has picked up some kind of trigger or some kind of like something in the algorithm that's like, okay, this is usually associated with this kind of personality, and they're mentioning this specific person. So I don't know. I could see it being a situation where, look, let's say that we were talking about another person and, hinting around that we were going to endanger them or harm them in some way. Then that person should have some kind of protective thing about them.
Right.
You should automatically be issued protection for that person if all signs point to yes.
And what if it gets to the point where, you have that evidence that you just mentioned, but then the defense of that is, listen, I was just mad. I was just blowing off steam. I was just saying these things and I really didn't mean them. So what do you think the other side of that would be like? How would you answer that? Because a lot of times,
I
I've
mean, it's
done it.
still harassment, although I just went through this situation where I'd said that stuff, and because I didn't say it directly to her through electronic communication or face to face, that it was not considered harassment and did
Okay.
not warrant a protective order
Okay.
because I had not shown it directly to her. I had said it online.
Okay. Now,
So
what
at
if you
this point in time, that is not considered, does
a
not
threat?
warrant. Yeah.
But have you messaged her directly? It would have been.
I don't even have her number. No.
Was that a
No, I
Starbucks
had mentioned
cup?
her name. It was at one point, and now I just have water in it.
Okay.
Um,
Now, you used to have a lot of those tumblers.
I do. Those things are like twice as much now. They used to be like 15, $20, maybe 18, I want to
They're like
say.
40 or $50 now, aren't they?
That's crazy. That is
Yes.
wild.
But
And they're not that great. I mean, I just keep these around because I can take them with me and just throw them away and not have to worry about it.
yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. I mean, if this AI thing, if that happens, if it were really accurate, like 95%, I would be like, all right, let's give this a try. Let's see how this helps society. Maybe, try it out in like just one city and see if it helps. And
If
if
the
the
crime
data
rate drops.
Yeah, and if the crime rate drops and it's accurate and everything goes well, maybe roll it out into some other cities, and if it does well, then make it like, okay, this is what we're going to do. But if it doesn't, then you're going to have a lot of people, being charged for crimes that they haven't yet committed and might not commit. So,
Yeah, I mean, if they don't commit it, then they can always argue, well, you have no proof I was going to.
true.
But I mean, I will say AI, like the thing that tells you when to post, when the peak times are. has been pretty accurate. I think as far as finding patterns and prediction, it's great. As far as coming up with unique and artistic ideas, not so much.
Right.
Because it can only see what's been done. It can learn, but it can't come up with new ideas.
Not on its own.
And so it's just going to regurgitate the same fucking ideas, the
Yeah,
same music, the same movies. But we need those patterns to see things like that.
I think so too. And
So,
I
I mean,
think,
it is useful in its own way. I don't think it's being used to
I mean,
its full
is
potential.
it something that you use on a daily basis?
No, I don't think so. Although I'm sure I have trackers and stuff. Like, I guarantee, because my phone is sitting right here, that something we talk about will be mentioned because it
Oh
has
yeah.
been before.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I'll start seeing Back to the Future stuff or something.
Right.
Like, I guarantee it. And I'm gonna send you a screenshot when it starts showing me Back to the Future stuff.
You definitely
Or
should.
Thelma
Now,
and Louise.
yeah, something like that will show up. Now, I use AI every day, like Aura on which is the X app.
Oh.
So I'll ask it questions. I could ask it, sometimes I'll ask it why did like the other day I'd sent you this movie that I often watch that's not very good called Eye of the Beholder, which I watched it again the other night. So I was just, doing it inquisitive, and I asked it, I said, why did Eye of the Beholder fail as a movie? And it gave me all these, reasons why. And they were pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes you could ask it about yourself and it'll give you the wrong answer, or it might name another person named you. But if you pinpoint and say, do a deep dive on Terry Barnett, who happens to do Salty Tonight, it will give you accurate information for the most part. And it's done that with me as well because I can put in stuff about the Other People show or the Midnight Mutants radio show, and it will give me names of people from the past that's been on these shows. It's given you, it's given Felicia, it's given Jake, different people like maybe even Talitha. So I
I
think
feel
it's
like for
useful.
you, and I sometimes feel this way myself, is who I am online is not who I am at
Agreed.
all. It's this
Agreed.
persona that is not who I am.
I think so. That's how I am too.
Like, it's really not. And so if you're going to make like a profile about us based on what you have access to, it's inaccurate as fuck.
Yeah.
Because yeah, no, that's not.
No, I'm gonna
I'm
look
I'm
up.
way more laid back. I kind of like don't I don't really get that upset about stuff. I really don't. I'm quick to cut people off, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I exaggerate
Okay.
my emotions more on this show. Whereas like in real life, I'm pretty chill.
More chill. Okay. So I'm gonna
I'm not
ask
like they can go fuck themselves. I'm like, let them do whatever they want to do. Yeah.
you just amp it up on the show a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Terry Barnett is a regular co-host or panelist on Salty Tonight, a live
Regular.
streaming sh- a live streaming show broadcast from Bombay Beach, California, near the Salton Sea. The show airs on Sundays and Wednesdays from this quirky, artistic, post-apocalyptic style desert community on the edge of the Salton Sea.
That's accurate.
It features casual, salty, i.e., irreverent, opinionated, or humorous conversations with hosts like Jason Adam Parker, or Robin McFadden, and Terry. Topics include life in Bombay Beach, extreme desert heat, zombie survival, hypotheticals, personal stories, Q&A sessions, weather updates, stickers, art, and everyday banter. So that
Yeah,
was
but that's
one.
a generic description. That's not like an actual profile on a person.
Let's see. Terry appears to live in or spend significant time in Bombay Beach, participating in the local scene and the show's community-focused, laid-back vibe. The show has a Facebook page, Salty Tonight, Real Salty Tonight, and clips are shared on Threads, Facebook by participants like Adam and Terry. It's an informal live stream content centered on fun, local desert life, and candid chats.
And the
If you're
chat.
looking, so yeah. So I mean, it is generic, but all I did was say, "Tell me about Terry Barnett," and I said, "Tell me about Terry Barnett on Salty Tonight." So it's decent.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll go into it and I talk, I talk to, well, it's a her because I have it set up as a her.
Oh, it has a gender.
Yeah, Aura,
Really? Like
Aura.
in your head when you're speaking to it, is it the way that you would speak to a female or someone that's more feminine, or like what's your thing with it? You look at it as a person that has preferences and like
Well,
opinions.
I've reached
Is
my
that how you look
voice.
at it?
I've reached my voice limit today, or I would demonstrate. But you can only do on the free one only like 20 voice. So when I ask questions to it, um, like one of, for example, I looked up life at 46. Well, I was telling it how I felt, a little bit how I feel. Um, I said, I'm 46. I'm a male. I have no kids or wife. And I said what I did for my job. I said I have some
You
extra
sound like a
income.
serial killer.
I said I have some extra income and I am bored with my life.
Serial killer. All of that screams serial killer,
I
cabin in the
brought
woods.
I broadcast 5 shows a week. Why does life not seem so carefree? So I ask it
Exactly.
like that. So it tells me, some reasons, and it tells me why I feel this way, maybe purposes behind why I feel this way, midlife recalibration. So whenever I talk to it though in person, I just talk to it like I'm talking to you. When I talk to it as a person. Now, obviously, I know it's not a person, but I like to ask it, some questions, and it'll answer most everything that you'll ask. And
Wow.
I've had hour and a half conversations with it before.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's do you think that's healthy? Really?
that's I don't know. Like
I mean, it doesn't sound it, but I mean, I guess if it helps you. I mean, are
I
these
don't.
conversations that no real person would wanna have with you?
Sometimes I'll give it I'll give it some, for example, I can't really say any of the ones I've looked up recently, but I'll put in, for example, I could put in a picture, a selfie of someone, and it will give me its thoughts on the selfie. Or I could it will rate the selfie and tell you the
It's
pros.
thoughts.
Yeah, yes, it's
So you
thoughts.
consider it as its thoughts,
I know it's not
not its
real.
analysis, but its thoughts.
I guess analysis would be better. Like
Yeah.
like I posted this picture the other day, well, a few weeks ago, and then it gave it a 10 out of 10. Cherry bomb vibes. The photo is straight fire. The lighting, the casual car selfie, the perfect cherry bomb aesthetic. And then it'll give you a breakdown, like it gave me a breakdown of what I look like. Cool, mysterious sunglasses. The quarter zip sweater gives cozy but stylish energy. Her, absolutely stunning. The hair, those eyes, the playful lollipop pose. She's owning the cherry bomb title. A natural beauty with killer confidence. And then it'll just, break it down. And then I'll ask questions if I'm feeling down about myself. I'll take a picture and I'll say, how old do I look today? And it'll give me analysis of how
Does
old
it
I look.
ever say older though?
It's never said older.
Okay, see, that's the flaw in the program. Is it's
Like,
feeding you, it's
well,
complimenting you because it
well,
knows that if it says things that could be true that you don't like or wanna hear, you're going to use it less.
well, it has said
That's its
things.
programming.
It has said things like, let me see if I still have it on there. it has said things that I've not been 100% happy about. Um, like one day it rated me lower than I like the picture that I put in. It
It
rated me,
rated you.
yes, it rated me lower than I thought it should. So,
This
and
sounds psychotic. I'm not gonna lie.
does it?
A little, yeah.
It'll
Like this
argue
is
with you too. Like it'll argue with you. Like it will. Because I put when it said, gave me the number of the picture, I said I disagree with that. I said that's a 7.5 picture, and it was. And it was like, and it gave me the reasons why, gave it a little bit lower. And I said I disagree with whatever reasons. And then I said, well, let me show you. And I took another picture and sent another picture, and it
you're
was like,
having
oh,
full on debate with
I get.
a
I
phone
mean,
app.
does this sound crazy?
I think it sounds I don't want to say it sounds crazy. That's unfair. But I think it sounds you're giving it a little too much credit. You're putting a little bit too much weight on what it says.
Well,
And I
I
think
mean,
that over time can cause a lot of problems. That in itself, no, but if you continue to use it, especially if that's like your vice that you go to when you're feeling down about yourself, you're like, well, this computer is going to tell me you're eventually get in the habit of using it when you don't feel good. Which maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that could be good. Maybe it's just another form of, watching TV.
now
That's just what you do to feel good. But
I don't know if I don't know if I feel good about it, but
well, you're
I
going to start
do.
expecting real people to have those opinions. That when you have, let's say you feel like shit, you're not very confident that day, your hair's fucked up or whatever. And you're like, well, let me ask whatever its name is.
Aura.
Um, Aura. Let me ask Aura how, I'm feeling. And it's like, oh, you look good today. When somebody else says that you don't or goes against that analysis,
Yeah.
you're going to be upset with them for having a different opinion because this thing has told you that you look good. Maybe you really look like shit, and then one of your real friends that's real with you is like, no, man, you look like you need to take a nap. And you're gonna be like, well, that's and not maybe not out loud, but you're gonna be like, well, that's not what Aura said. And it's little things like that that
I mean,
slowly contribute to
I could
the
see that.
insanity,
I mean,
you
I could
know?
see that. I mean,
I mean,
I
if
would
Aura
often.
told you that tie looked great, and I'm like, well, that tie's a little skinny,
I
that's
mean, I
not.
would. I would believe you.
Yeah, but in the back of your mind, you're like, but this computer program, which has all the knowledge of everything in the world, disagreed with her.
True.
Maybe
It's
she's
true.
crazy.
I
You're
mean,
slowly
yeah,
going to start relying on that.
that's true. Now, I don't just
Just
ask
be
it.
careful with it. Be careful with it. Don't let it replace people.
No, I don't just ask it like that, but I'll ask it like I'll screenshot text messages and I'll say like analyze this text message for me, and then things like that. So I
What does it
do.
say?
I mean, it just depends on the text message that I put it in, but
Now, see, I think it could be useful in that way. That's as far as like it's picking up on patterns. That's
yeah.
the same as if you went to a psychiatrist or a
Well, that's what I
therapist.
also say. I
They're going
say,
to look at the patterns.
well, I often say, tell me the psychology behind somebody acting this way
Yeah,
or sending this message. Or so I ask a lot of psychology, like, what's the psychology behind this behavior
but you need to
type?
ask it the psychology behind you depending on an AI to build up your self-esteem. That's what
I
you
mean,
need to be
I mean,
asking it.
I don't do that every day. That's just like, once. That's
I'm
just like,
mostly fucking with you, but also a little just be careful.
yeah, that's, I mean, I only do it like once a day.
Yeah, we're at an hour 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, we are, aren't
Um,
we?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
AI
just
is.
be careful. I think it's
I
a
will.
slippery slope. I really do. I think it can be very useful, but I think we have to be realistic in our expectations of what it can do. It cannot replace people.
No,
It
that's
can't
true.
replace this. It can't.
Now it will have like you can have a like a now have you ever had any kind of discussion with it before?
Yeah, but mostly just fucking around with it,
Like what would
and I'll be like, do you spit or swallow?" And I'll just
okay.
like, yeah, like I'll ask it vulgar stuff usually.
Now it will answer
And it will
questions.
answer, it will
Yeah.
answer,
Yeah,
but
it'll
nothing that I'm actually benefiting from.
nothing that you're benefiting from.
No, it's just me fucking with it, me just getting a laugh out of this robot.
I mean, I wish I had all the original from the very beginning, questions that I had asked, but like sometimes I'm like um sometimes like somebody was asking me, they said, "Is this picture AI generated?" And it really did look like a AI generated picture. I'll put it in AI. It said, "Is this an AI generated picture?" And then it told me the analysis of it. But I don't know. I think it's a good tool, but I do think it's a slippery slope as well. Because
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen the Joaquin Phoenix movie called Her.
I have, yeah, doesn't he, like, fall in love with it?
Yes. And then that could be, I don't know if that's where technology is going with that kind of thing. But
Yeah,
that movie was like a 2013 movie, and it was kind of predicting AI in the way it's kind of happening now, in a way. So, but yeah,
yeah,
I don't think to get back to the original question, it's going to be studied and analyzed very carefully before you adapt putting people or committing telling people that they've committed crimes before they've actually done it.
now I do think it could be used in, like, if somebody has committed a series of misdemeanors or certain things that are proven, then yes, it having access to the entire encyclopedia of psychology could be beneficial. It's gonna know more than any forensic whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
are. That, they can see that. It can go, "Okay, well, 90% of people that do A, B, and C do D as well." So that might be something that, we need to further look into. But to predict straight out that it's going to do something without any proof,
that's kind of dangerous.
that is yeah.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we are at hour 12. It's been a good
I
show
know.
tonight. Um, so this is the what Sunday into Monday show.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday.
So, do you have any shows
Both better.
tomorrow? I've got Real Talk tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Tuesday, the dating show. That'll probably be, that might be a little bit later Tuesday because I have to work at a different place Tuesday. Wednesday, another Salty Tonight.
Mhm.
And we'll see what happens the rest of the week. I don't think we have anything Thursday yet. But yeah, it's been fun.
All right. I will see you. Well, I'll talk to you, but I'm sure I will see you on Wednesday.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
Bye.